I'm trying to get myself in here at the moment. Hopefully get in here in just a moment, but this will be a good game here from what I've been hearing. This is the big game. This is one I guess people have been waiting for, so hopefully we see a good one here, as we've kind of seen a bit of a roll here from Mike +5, so hopefully we can get some good TF2 action here moving into this game.
Yeah, definitely. This is the second and third seeded team playing against each other. Both teams are fully Lithuanian, and they are going to be fighting against each other. There is a bit of history as well behind these guys. We are going to see the Enigma Zone crew 403 in the blue right now, and they are, oh hello, they've got a Merc as well. What's going on here? They don't have their normal roster. What's happening here?
That's interesting.
We'll just figure this out. Although it is the Enigma Zone crew 403, it is their team, whether they have a Merc or not, in the blue, and they're going to be playing against IsF, who are currently in the red. And the Enigma Zone crew 403 were at the previous LAN in Lithuania in April and managed to come third. And IsF completely sucked out. I think they ended up finishing 7th or something like that. But they're back with a vengeance, and they're determined to really get some revenge on the other Lithuanian team here.
Yeah, that's I always love a good revenge story here. Excuse me, I'm still trying to get into the server here. I seem to have some issues with my info here or something. Trying to figure it out. I have dashner. Hey, here we go. Now we got it. It was given. There we go. Got the right info now. There we go. Going into it. Looks like they're about to start soon.
Yeah, they should be about to start soon. They have just one player has just disconnected from 403, but I believe they'll be back in momentarily. And I'm going to have a look at the rosters just to see who's dropped and who's been brought in, because I'm sure that they have a Merc here. They do. It's going to be Happy Crow playing instead of Vendigo, so that's very interesting there. They are going to be using the which team does Vendigo, does Happy Crow play for? He plays for the Garaz team. So very interesting. They're swapping Mercs around just based on players that are at the LAN. Very interesting, but certainly not a downgrade as far as I can tell. Happy Crow, a very good soldier.
Yeah, so I wonder what situation occurred for them to have to go ahead and use Happy Crow, or I don't know if they wanted to, or something happened to their other player that they're now using Happy Crow. I don't know. It's interesting. I guess we'll see. Regardless, as you said, though, hopefully it's not a downgrade for them, and I think you said it's not. So it'll make things even more interesting. Why not?
Yeah, it definitely will. Happy Crow is a Lithuanian soldier who has played a long time ago, apparently, and was one of the best soldiers in Lithuania. Lithuania does have a rather small community, though, so that doesn't say particularly too much about his skill level, other than it will be at the top of the players who are currently on the server. Just to quickly run you through the rosters, though, on blue we have the Enigma Zone crew 403 edition. On medic is going to be Pacas. On Demoman, it's going to be Renew, and on soldiers, we are going to have Morty and Happy Crow, which is a change from the usual Morty and Vendigo. On scouts, we have the phenomenal Kraftaz and Zilis, who are going to definitely be the hard carries for this game, especially on Badlands. I think it will be a good idea to keep an eye on them, Gecks, because they are some phenomenal scouts.
Yeah, and it's definitely a map where you can, use those scouts getting around and in through valley and things like that, some big flanks. So, it'll be good to see them coming through. As you said, strong players for their team. And now, how about excuse me, for some reason I can't even remember the name of
that's ISF.
Of this other squad. Yes, ISF. I'm clearly an amateur, as you can tell at this.
Yes, ISF are going to be the team in red at the moment, and they are going to consist of the medic of Bakard, who I'm very impressed with. If you get a chance to have a look at him, he wiggles around like a little slippery eel. His dodging is phenomenal, and he manages to wiggle his way out of a lot of situations that he gets himself into, or his team get him into. On Demoman is going to be Fragger. That's a change from the last time they were at Info Show LAN. They had Rightis on Demoman, but they've changed that up. They've picked up Entire on Pocket and Nuas on Roma, and their scouts are Guz and Sneeg. Sneeg's a long-time scout and multi-classer around Div 2 level and should be great. But we have gone live. This is the first map of the round 2 fixture between Team 403 and ISF. We have gone to our first mid. And already lots of action happening. We knew the Demo Man has gone down instantly along with the Pocket, but he has traded for a scout, so it's a 4v4, but all the positional advantage in favor of ISF right now. And Fragger is going to be raining down hell upon the rest of the team, who do not have their own Demo Man to trade damage. So for Team 403 going to be backing out of their post-haste, but they do have a Crits Krieg.
Which is going to be interesting, though, as now Backart is actually up on his Uber, so at this point it's just going to be, can they get the jump on to him or get the force first? But here they are starting to work their way through choke at the moment. 403 holding there. They are going to pop the crits, but they are going to get the counter pop off, and a big sticky coming in there on Guz, and now Fragger working his way back in, and a crit rocket there going off to take down Fragger. So it's 2 down right now for ISF. Not looking good. That's 3 down for them, but they were able to get back in and get a couple of frags, one of which, actually both of them being scouts there, going down for the Enigma Zone crew. 403 addition. Looks like they're going to work their way back into mid here. They're going to be able to get it. New sitting inside a house right now. Oh my goodness, he's going to be able to come right back in onto Packass, and he does go down. Sneeg's cleaning up the damage. Very good from them to be able to get the medic right there. Renew was able to finish off New. Happy Crow getting one onto Guz as well. But right now we still have a bit of a mid fight going on here. Fragger's down low inside a valley. He needs to be careful. That scout's going to aggress him, and he is going to go down. But now we do have we should have a bit of an advantage here for Backart, as he's sitting at about 50%. He's going to have a 50% advantage for them to push into second with, which is definitely good for them.
Yeah, definitely. And Fragger is going to have respawned by the time he gets his supercharge up, so they're going to be able to stream through here. They're running a cookie cutter lineup, which is the best for take, and they're going to be facing a 403 team that are a little too far up to the choke, in my opinion. They have got to pick onto the roaming soldier from ISF, but they're so close to the choke with only 50% Uber. It's like they've miscalculated how big their disadvantage is. They do back off now. They're holding on Grey Bridge, but it's actually Team ISF that aren't pressuring forwards that quickly. They're moving through the house now with their Pocket and medic, but if they don't act quickly, Packass is going to have his Uber up as well. It's only 10 seconds until he gets his Uber charge ready, and with the rate ISF are moving, it looks like they're going to throw away this entire advantage that they had. It was so large.
Yeah, that's, I don't know, a bit questionable there. They had that 50%. They could have been putting so much more pressure on those guys that were in choke. I mean, they could have even popped into choke with them sitting so close. 403 was. They were just sitting right there, so a wasted Uber advantage there for ISF, but we'll see now. It's going to be equal. Both teams just holding off in choke right now. You're going to see what they decide to do with these. Just waiting for a pick, really. New looking like he's ready to go in, though. He is going to get the bomb in on Packass. Very good force from New. He is going to go down shortly after, but he did his job, did what he needed to do, got the force onto him, so that's now going to leave them with a big Uber advantage, but here they come right back in, trying to get the force. It was Morty, but he is going to go down, so there they go. Now they need to do something with this Uber advantage pushing into second.
They do. They've got an opportunity here, again, gifted to them to move forward with this Uber advantage and be able to take the Spire area. They have got Sneegs on it, but they need their combo to be further forward to protect the people who are capping Spire. Happy Crow knocks Sneeze off of there, and the Uber does come out that kills the medic and the Demo Man, actually, as Packass was behind, but it looks like there's a double back cap happening. Both of the scouts now trying to stack the midpoint. It's not going to be good enough, though, and they're the only ones left alive, so if ISF stream forward now, they're going to be meeting absolutely no resistance on last. Simply a medic, and that is not going to be enough. So the scouts, they're making a high-risk, high-reward play that just didn't pay off and left them absolutely in the lurch. 403, ISF picking up the first round on CP Badlands.
I mean, it was a decent idea to go back and get that mid cap, but somebody needs to stop the second cap if you're going to do that. You need somebody to do it in that situation. Of course, second cap capping a lot quicker than mid, so just kind of a misstep there from them, but here we go back into this mid as we see Scout and Soldier getting aggressive towards there, and New coming in with a bomb once again and just gonna force 403 right back out of their house before they even have a chance to do anything. No frags going down on that mid at all. Not even really significant damage. They just got completely bullied out of the mid right there. So they are gonna get this mid cap. Both teams with a full Uber, but a Soldier inside house. That was Happy Crow able to take down Entire, who was sitting inside of there, and the Scouts getting aggressive as well into house. Looks like we're just seeing a bit of a hold here at mid. Both teams up on this full Uber charge right now. Looks like they're gonna come in. Both Ubers getting popped off inside of Choke right now as they're just gonna go ahead and smash faces into each other over in Choke. Not much of anything going down. Renew and Frag are both gonna be able to pick up one, and now the mid fight is going to be happening as looks like I thought 403 was starting to force them out, but here comes ISF straight back in as Fragger gets one and Entire gets Morty, and it's just back and forth here. But I thought 403 was decent there possibly in that mid, but once again going right back over to ISF, and they're gonna push them back into back towards last now.
Yeah, I think they overcommitted with their Ubercharge a little bit, and they had incredibly weak players after that, after they'd been squeezed through the choke point. And now actually Entire back out, and Fragger moving across through this banana area. Happy Crow's going to meet them. He takes out the pocket, and he's putting a lot of damage onto Fragger. He does actually take out Fragger with the help of his pocket Morty, and tons of frags going either way for both of the soldiers. But a sneaky little Sneegs just ignores the entire team fight, runs all the way down bottom right, and captures it. So a nice sneaky play by him, and they are going to make this 2-0.
Yeah, as we were saying before in that last game, it's just once you push out a second, or push out a last, and somebody has the second point capped, you're very susceptible to back caps, and that's exactly what happened there. But Scouts already getting a lot of cap time on there. Happy Crow coming in was able to break that up to take down Sneeg, so that's the only frag that's gone down so far. As we see ISF kind of push back towards their choke at the moment. Guz was able to take down Happy Crow, but right now it's going to be 3 down for ISF right now. They're going to have to start working their way back out. Gets an arrow, actually. Bakar was into the medic. Oh, and the sticky trap from Fragger was able to take down Packass, actually, and that is huge for them, as they are now going to have a big Uber advantage to be able to potentially hold second with, or at least push out of it, as now 403 starting to work their way into second. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the cap on this, though.
No. They definitely shouldn't be able to get the cap, as ISF putting up the defense here. They do have a full Uber advantage, and they should be able to push this forward up to the choke point and possibly into middle. My TF2 has crashed as well, though, Gecks.
That's alright. That's gotta love Half-Life 2 engine. But anyway, here as we take a look, they're gonna actually go ahead and pop this Uber inside of house at the moment, and Entire was able to take down Morty. So here they come right into the mid. They are gonna get some cap time onto it, and they should be able to pick this up. Though they've only gotten one frag with that Uber, so not too much so far there. Entire getting a second one onto Renew, and they are gonna get this. They're gonna get this mid cap, but Packass does have a big Uber advantage right now. He's sitting at 95%. They're sitting inside of lobby. As we see ISF, they are getting on this cap right now, though, and they can't really do too much. 403 is they've lost 2 players now. They're starting to get their spawns back. They still have a 30% advantage right now that they could potentially do something with if they wanted to, but I don't see them moving towards anything to make that play happen. So they're just kind of setting up on last right now and waiting. They're just going to hold with that Uber, as now Backart is just about to come up on his Uber at the moment. They haven't really worked their way much into, now they are working their way into upper lobby, as now we're just going to be waiting on the picks from either side to come in and start this last fight off.
They have Zillis as a defensive sniper as well. He's hiding in the left-hand side spawn. He's got his eyes trained on main, and if anybody peeks there, it looks like NewS might actually be doing that. He's peeking around and does see the dot fly over the top of him, and his head flies off his shoulders as well. So there goes 2 picks in favor of the Enigma Zone crew 403, and they're going to be moving forwards. They do lose one of their own, though, to a sticky trap. That's Kraftaz going down. So the defense here on Spire looking more likely by the second. At the moment, it really seems like Renew is the only person very far forward, along with Zealous, and he does actually go down to the pocket of Entire. So this is a bit of an overcommitment here from 403. They'll have to be careful that they don't lose more players, because there is a potential for things to go very wrong here, and that is exactly what's happened, as Guz just streams in and forces the Uber out of Packass. And the counter Uber coming out now from Entire and Backyard as they just get onto the point, blast the people off it, and make it 3-0. A bit of an overextension there leading to an Uber force, and it was all just too easy for ISF.
Yeah, Renew, I don't know if the team like baited him out and told him that they were right behind him or something, but I'm not sure why he went out to second or onto Gray Bridge by himself. There was just so much pressure out there from ISF. Not an ideal situation there, and they've lost the round because of it, so it's now 3-0 as we take a look at this. Pipes coming across from the demo man of ISF, and that's going to get a lot of damage out onto them, and they keep that aggression to follow up on it as they've already gotten 3 frags onto this mid here, make that 4, and they're going to be able to pick up this mid point pretty easily here, though. Luckily for them, Packass has survived with Renew, and they've made their way out towards Shutter, but I don't think they can do anything on the second point right now. They just should be getting themselves back to last, which is what they're doing. No, Renew's still sitting in right now. He needs to be careful in these situations. They're going to have to move back to last now, finally. And both teams going to have this full Uber, though. Sideshow, it's going to be another last hold.
It is. It's going to be another Uber v Uber last hold. I was very worried, as you were there, for Renew and Packass as they tried to look like they were trying to defend from Trash. And again, Renew overextending does go down to Entire. He had a sticky trap that he was determined to watch and was just pipe spamming as well, and does pay for his overextension really quite harshly. The Ubers have been exchanged. Fragger's going to be on the point, but he's going to give his own life up as well. So that's Demoman down a piece, and both pockets traded as well. So a fairly even 4v4, but the positional advantage slightly in favor of the players from ISF. Now the player advantage though coming out fairly strong in favor of 403, so they've got an opportunity here to push out from last as long as they can clump up together, get their heels up, and be able to drive ISF out of the point. But it looks like the spawns have already come in. It might be too late, but they're still doing it. They're still attempting. No, they are going back now. It would be interesting to see them do a forward lobby hold or something like that. I wonder whether they are going to do that. It looks like they are transitioning over to do some kind of forward hold, which is a very good... Oh no, they are just going to continue pressuring the Spire here. This is very risky play. If ISF realize what they're doing and that they're not holding main or last properly, they could just stream this all the way to last. They are actually fighting on balcony as well. They do pick up a soldier frag. Happy Crow going down. That's the roaming soldier for 403. And that forces them all back onto last.
You can't overextend it. If you're doing that forward hold, it's not good to overextend there and give up frags. I mean, it just allows them, if they move quickly enough, if you give up enough to them, they can just move straight through here. But regardless, we are going to reset both teams. Just waiting here. Looks like ISF has worked their way into upper lobby, just sitting there. Both teams on the full Uber charge as well. No off-classing either, as we're just going to see a steady Uber fight here on last shortly. As I'm not sure if somebody's going to maybe sack here to off class or something, or somebody's got to get the pick to start the push off. Oh no, it looks like there was a sniper up actually. They were able to take down Sneaks. I didn't see it. That was Xylus there, so that's going to be one pick for them, but it was just on a scout. Really not much that they can work off of with that, so I think we're just going to see them holding here still.
And that's an opportunity that Sneaks has taken to go spy. He's actually moving his way through the resup area now since he got that very early death without any of the Ubers being popped, taking the opportunity to run a pick class, and he will be moving down main at the moment. We're going to watch him with tensed butt cheeks as he moves up towards Packass. Packass actually hiding so far back. He's not going to be able to get him, but he does manage to get the soldier, and he's going to be aggressing onto the demo man now, but does go down. I'm not even sure whether a Roma pick is going to be enough, but they do go in anyway. They picked up frags onto Morty and Happy Crow, so they are in a fairly decent position. Entire and Gus going down though. If Fragger can get a lot of damage here, they should be alright to push in, but everybody else so far behind. Sneaks and Backyard, the other two players who are alive. Sneaks a respawner and Backyard bailed way before that push really developed.
That was big for New to be able to get back in there and take down Packass though, because that is going to give Backyard a pretty big Uber advantage by the time that Packass spawns. He's going to have about 35 to 40% advantage here. Looks like it's going to be about 40, and now two players going down for 403 right now, and I'm not sure if they're even going to move off that. They do have, as I said, this pretty steady Uber advantage at the moment, but more players going down. They're down 3 players right now and have a long time on the spawns. This is going to be tough as now they've started to work their way, and ISF has, and that is going to be the round. going over there to ISF. Once again, just losing those players off, just bleeding, and allowing them to get another round there, 4-0.
Yeah, ISF looking like they're really in the ascendancy now. They really want this. They want revenge for the last Lithuania LAN where they kind of flopped from the competition, and 403 did very well. They're 4-0 up at the moment with 15 minutes remaining. There's still enough time for 403 to come back in it as we go to our 5th mid. Morty getting really aggressive onto Backart. Backart down to 32 HP, but still manages to get it out of there. Great play from him. Renew down to 2 health as well. Does eventually go down to Sneaks as they're fighting around there, and ISF again with all of the positional advantage on this mid, and they pick up another one.
Yeah, man, they are just out aggressing and out DMing, just rolling through 403 right now. They really need to change something. I'm not sure exactly what their problem is, but it's something needs to be changed for them. I mean, they're just rolling through them right now, ISF, but both teams are going to have this full Uber charge. And we're going to see a last fight once again from these guys. They're going to have to hold it this time or the map is going to be over. So this is big for 403 right here to hold this last.
It is. It's going to be an Uber v Uber situation. Guz taking a lot of damage there. Nearly an early pick for 403. That would have helped them hold it. But Guz does get healed up to a fully buffed scout. And it looks like they want to go in here with Sneaks and Fragger perhaps. No, they're going to go with a double scout Uber on the top. That's an interesting choice when they're facing an Uber. But they do force it and get out. So that was fairly good. Are we going to see the repush now from ISF though? They've got the stickies up. They really want to bait them in. They're really looking to bait 403 in through that top area and get a frag. Some kind of cheeky pick with the sticky trap, but they're not going to do it. The pick actually goes the other way. Nuas just prodding a little bit too much on that bottom right hand area. He does trade for Morty though as the rest of his team get that pick, and now they've found Kraftas in trash at the moment. They're going to be able to pick that frag up surely unless he escapes to resup. He is going to escape to resup. Nice play by him, and he's going to make that a 5v6 situation instead of a terrible 4v6.
So right now we do see they have been building up that Uber pretty steadily. Backart has as well. They have very slight advantage right now, but Pakas is just about to come up on his Uber here as well. But they're going to take it in anyway as they come through here, and the counter pop is going to come off as well, and Guz getting on the cap, not getting much cap time there, and they're just going to have to back up once again as they have before, but a lot of pressure coming from Renew, the demo man, back up onto the medic, and Happy Crow trying to get out right now is taking a lot of damage somehow. No, he actually does go down finally. And that is going to be a couple down from each team right now. New is still in on the right side right now. Keep an eye on him. Oh goodness, the medic's having a battle inside of Last right now. But Renew's going to be able to get some pipes in onto Backart and finish him off. But I really wanted to see that one play out. The medics going at each other. That would have been awesome. But Backart had to ruin the fun. Or excuse me, Renew had to ruin the fun.
Yeah, Backart really wanted a battle with honor there. He wanted a medic v medic fight for the ages, but the demo man, Team 403 in more of a position here to play a little more seriously. They are the ones that are 4-0 down. They're the ones that need to claw it back with only 12 minutes remaining. Backart perhaps felt that he could have a little bit of fun and it wouldn't affect them too badly, but he has given himself and his team a 30% disadvantage. So a potential here for 403 to push out and really punish ISF for a bad hold of Spire, but it looks like they are going to be able to pick this back up. ISF, they've reluctantly given up on it. That's Team 403, and Renew's been completely split away from the rest of his team. Now it actually looks like Happy Crow and Pakas not going to give up this Spire without a fight, but Happy Crow getting hit by a huge air shot from Nuas and gets absolutely destroyed. So he does go down. Only 2 players left alive from ISF though, and they are going to be, well, one of them at the bottom of Spire surely going to go down soon, and the other one actually flanking Pakas in the trash area, going to get onto him. First shot does 100 damage and then finishes Pakas off. Guz actually coming in to help as the scouts now from ISF pairing up to be a phenomenal duo. Renew though, Renew picking up both of them with his pipes. Great play from him.
Yeah, that was so interesting because that was just completely back and forth. I mean, 403 had such a big player advantage there on second, and then the scouts come in and just demolish them. But luckily for Renew, he landed some big pipes into both of them to kind of halt their push a little bit there. So now we're going to reset once again, but Backart is going to have quite a big advantage right now. And actually, no, Packhouse actually is going to be building over there, I believe. So it's going to even out just a bit. They're only about 20% ahead, Buckard is, but they are soon going to have it and possibly push in here with it. Not sure if they're going to take it right away, and I think they're going to.
That would be a great situation to be in for Fragger and Bakar if they want to lead this in. They're actually taking both of their scouts. They're going to absolutely mince the blue demo man, and they're going to be going forward straight onto the point here, actually. But Guz gets stopped a little bit, and as Pakas is only on 99 health, he's on 98% Uber, but just can't get it in time. Fragger waltzing onto the point and putting down those stickies to deny people as they try and block. And they do take the first map, CP Badlands, 5-0. It did take them 20 minutes to do it, but they have done it by the win limit. And 403 didn't even manage a round. I was really expecting more from 403. They'll have to pull it together on Snakewater.
Yeah, they got to change something up here. It just seemed there's some crucial breakdowns, I think, in their strategy and, you know, what they were trying to do. I think Renew needs to not he seems like he's dying a good bit. He's overextending and things like that, which isn't ideal for your demo to be having. So yeah, you know, we'll see if they can change it around going into Snakewater, but still ISF playing lights out right now, just really playing well. As you said, it took 20 minutes, but still a pretty decisive 5-0 scoreline there.
Yeah, very decisive, and that's going to give them a momentum and the morale boost as they go into our second map, Snakewater. If they do manage to take this, of course, they are through the upper bracket, and they are going to be facing Mike +5, and 403 will be dropped down to face Garaz as well. Garaz, of course, with the great underdog story, could completely flip our expectations of them if they manage to knock out 403 as well. That would be incredible. But 403 are going to want to stay in this, and I think they've definitely got it in them to take the second map, CP Snakewater.
Yeah, I'm choking on my words here. I hope that they can come back out strong, 403, because I think they have the potential to do it. It was just they were getting completely outclassed there by ISF on Badlands. So you know, trying to keep themselves alive right now. They're on the ropes, trying to avoid getting knocked into that lower bracket, which is something you of course always would like to avoid. It's a tough position to be down there, because then every game that you're playing is you have to play it like it's your last, quite literally. So we're just about time. My connection seems to be slow here. It's still getting into Snakewater, at least myself, but hopefully we can get this shindig started here on the second map shortly, and you know, hopefully another good game. Hopefully it's not something like we saw on Snakewater for the first match that we were going over. I hope that they can come out strong here on this one and put up a good fight. I'd like to see, you know, maybe actually, I don't think it's even fair for me to make a prediction. You think it's going to be any different here on Snakewater Sideshow, or is it just going to be, you know, some similar fashion to that last game?
I really hope that it's different to the last game. I hope that Team 403 are able to pull something out of the bag. They've definitely got the potential, and on paper they're as good a team, and of course have performed better than ISF in the past. So maybe just a little bit of rust, or their players not quite progressing at the same rate as ISF have. But I have got the logs up of the previous game there for you as well, Gecks. So if we could bring them up on the stream, and we'll have a little look at them just while the players get ready for their Snakewater game. And the 5-0 on Badlands really just reflecting some great play by their combo from Entire and Fragger. ISF's combo just absolutely running away with it. Their KD more than their DPM, really, because the DPM is fairly similar to the Team 403's combo, but the KD and the fact that they just don't die as often. Bakart doing a great job of keeping them alive, basically. Bakart on 6 deaths, yeah. Fragger on 6 deaths, and Entire on 9. That's phenomenal compared to their counterparts. They've got half the deaths.
Yeah, they were dying quite a bit there, 403, which is, of course, something you can't be doing. It's not ideal for you, and just they were really doing a good job, as you were saying, partly due to Pockart there, or just keeping them alive constantly there, and keeping himself alive to be able to keep his teammates alive. So, yeah, good play all around from ISF here, but it looks like we have all 6 players in.